The Indiana Fever have dropped a new workout video with the rookies. I think I saw Jillian Aileen in there too, practicing with Caitlin Clark, and everyone is going crazy.
Where she moves markets. And when you've got someone who moves markets, you have to pay attention to that person.
Just through these first few days of practice, everybody's been really great, and it's been so much fun.
I've been so impressed with the product on the court. Over 200% viewer.
The moment the footage hit the internet, everything shifted. 1 second, it was just another ordinary day at Indiana Fever's training camp. And the next, social media exploded. Fans were buzzing, the internet was ablaze, and Caitlin Clark was trending around the globe once again.
Pretty exciting. One of the big reasons fans flock to State Farm Arena is, of course, the Caitlin Clark effect.
She's a wonderful player. She brought a lot of eyeball.
But this time, it wasn't because of a game-winning shot or a viral press conference quote. It was something that happened behind closed doors during practice that left everyone completely speechless.
I think they obviously are taking winning and capitalizing off of this Caitlin Clark moment they have going.
The leaked practice video showed a whole new Caitlin, stronger, quicker, more locked in than ever. Her jumper was automatic. Her vision was elite. But it was the energy, the fierce, fearless focus that told the real story. She wasn't just running drills. She looked like a sniper locked in on one target, the Atlanta Dream.
And Caitlin Clark was a part of, I believe, 20 of 23 of the WNBA's most watched games last year. This is not a random blip. This is a shift. This is a full force trend.
What began as a low-key training session has now turned into the hottest headline in the WNBA. Fans noticed, critics noticed, and the Dream? They definitely noticed. Because what they saw wasn't just growth, it was a total evolution. This wasn't the same rookie they thought they could intimidate.
The WNBA saw a boom like we have never seen. We saw Caitlin Clark come into the league. We saw the Caitlin Clark effect. We saw the influx in fans who flooded to the WNBA, and many of those were there for Caitlin Clark.
Now the whole league is buzzing. Is Caitlin Clark about to shake up the WNBA? Is Atlanta ready for the storm she's bringing? Whether you've supported her from day one or just caught that practice clip, one thing's clear, something major is coming.
She could potentially be one of the best point guards to ever play in the WNBA.
And I want to personally thank Caitlin Clark for lifting up our sport.
Caitlin Clark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially. She did in 5 weeks what would have taken 5 years.
Drop a double C 100 in the chat if you've been riding with Caitlin Clark from the beginning. Because this moment, this game, it's not just hype. It's the spark of something brand new, something we've never witnessed before in the league.
I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despise. She's cocky for a good reason.
Confident.
How smart she is around the ball and just putting people in different places to be successful. So it's just been really fun getting to know her.
What started off as a basic training day turned into a full-blown spectacle the second someone hit record. The clip barely lasted a minute, but that was all it took. It exploded across the internet in seconds.
More people watched this preseason game than Game 1 of last year's WNBA Finals. 1.3 million people watched Caitlin Clark.
Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, wherever fans could scroll and share, the video took over. And the message was clear. Caitlin Clark isn't just preparing for her rookie debut. She's building a weaponized version of herself.
They enjoy watching her play, her style, her energy, her shot. Whether it's because her game mirrors one of the greatest players in the NBA in Steph Curry or not, I don't know what it is.
The fact that it is so prevalent in mainstream highlights that we're talking about it here shows the growth of the sport, shows the power of Caitlin Clark, shows you how many more people.
It opens with her draining a logo 3 straight splash. Then, in one fluid motion, she bolts down the court, slicing through defenders like they're practice cones, whips a no-look dime, and caps it off with a mid-air, off-balance jumper that still hits clean. The message? She's not here to adjust. She's here to dominate.
As Caitlin got better, obviously we had to change our strategy and how we defended her. When you're playing against great players, you're not going to stop them, right? You just have to try to make life as difficult as possible.
It wasn't even shot on pro gear. The camera was shaky, unfiltered, raw. But that's what made it powerful. You could hear the squeak of her sneakers, the snap of the net, and the shocked reactions of teammates who couldn't believe what they were witnessing.
They will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
An unstoppable force was forming right in front of their eyes. You could even catch fever vets freezing mid-drill, locked in on her, nodding quietly, maybe even whispering, "She's locked in." What was meant to be a quiet, closed practice suddenly became the most viewed moment of the preseason.
People have said that, hey, no one watches preseason games. 1.3 million people tuned in to watch a preseason WNBA game. All right? Not only did they watch a WNBA preseason game, the game was on ESPN. Think about it. That's never happened before, ever.
And it wasn't just fans driving the hype. Analysts joined in. "Her footwork's tighter," said one ESPN voice. "She's reading the floor faster, reacting sharper, and leading like a vet."
If I was the WNBA, I would have considered a separate television package to a network on just Caitlin Clark games. I would have had two packages, the WNBA package, and then a separate, let's say, 15 to 18 game Caitlin Clark package.
Others pointed to her improved burst off the dribble, the added strength in her frame, and the way she floats and lands like her body's in sync with every move. It's not just that she looks better, she looks lethal. That kind of transformation doesn't happen by accident. It happens when someone goes dark and grinds.
She's an incredibly hard worker. She's a high IQ player. She's a perfectionist. She wants to get better. She lives in the gym. And so you knew that growth was going to take place, and having the opportunity to watch her on a daily basis and how she approaches the work. There are work ethics and there are work styles, right? And a work style of not wasting reps, of not wasting time, of being very intentional about a growth process.
And the timing couldn't be more perfect. The Atlanta Dream are watching. So is the rest of the WNBA. That viral clip wasn't just highlight material, it was a warning. Caitlin's been putting in silent hours, and now the league's about to feel the impact.
Yeah, that was my biggest focus in the offseason, is just trying to get stronger and really working on that. And really thankful for Sarah, our strength and conditioning coach, put in a lot of time with me. And we were in here consistently. I think that was the biggest thing for myself, is just having that consistency to be able to work on it for 6 months or whatever it was. So I certainly feel a lot stronger, and, I'm a pretty self-aware person. I knew that was going to be a huge part of it. And it's going to help me offensively, it's going to help me defensively, it's going to help me not get as tired throughout games. So yeah, definitely one of the focus points of my off season is just getting stronger, and even through these two practices, I can certainly feel it.
Caitlin Clark didn't go viral just for showing up. She went viral because the work she's done in the shadows finally burst into daylight. For months, people doubted her, said she was just a college star, too flashy, not built for the league's toughness. But instead of clapping back online, she disappeared into the grind, into weights, drills, pain, and now she's stepping. Outbuilt for war, with a mindset that's colder, stronger, and more locked in than ever.
One more thing on Caitlin, which makes her super valuable, is she is leading the WNBA in points generated, which means points scored and or points assisted on. She is leading the league by a significant margin, and she is doing this as a rookie with a Fever team that is not comprised of a bunch of all-stars.
She admitted it herself. This offseason was all about strength and conditioning. With the help of the Fever strength coach, she rebuilt her frame, added power to her drives, stamina to her legs, and endurance that lets her run the floor at full tilt without gassing out.
Yeah, I think any rookie coming into this league, you all kind of experience the same thing. You're moving to a new city, you're meeting new people, have new teammates, have new coaches. You're trying to figure out how the WNBA works. So I think it's all just really new. Like, you're starting to just a very new chapter of your life, and you're trying to get your feet under you. So I don't know. I think going into year 2, that's kind of the biggest thing for me. Is just I feel like I have experience in this league. I know what to expect. I know how training camp works. Even though we have a new coach and I have a lot of new teammates, like, just having that experience of how things operate, I think, has provided me with a lot of confidence.
That extra muscle wasn't just for show. It's for fighting through contact, absorbing hits, and still finishing plays. You can already see the difference in practice. She's not getting bumped off her line anymore. She's not fading late in drills. She's owning every rep. But the transformation wasn't just physical, it was psychological. For the first time in a long time, Caitlin had space. No games, no media, just time to think, reflect, and reset. After a relentless college season and the whirlwind of entering the pros, she needed silence. And she used it. She talked about going to the Masters, enjoying time off the grid, being able to cook, visit family, and just live like a normal person. That peace became fuel. She said the break didn't feel long. It felt necessary. And when she came back hungry.
You know, the reason that we all started in this game was because we love it. You know, we enjoy it. But we're hungry to be our best as individuals, and we're hungry to be our best as a team.
She's also learning fast. As a second-year point guard, she's already listening more, observing. Veterans like Dewana Bonner and Natasha Howard, players who've won titles, built cultures, and know what it takes to last in this league. Caitlin's not trying to be the loudest voice in the room. She's trying to be the most prepared. And it shows. Her film study has improved. She's reading defenses quicker, and she's finding ways to break down coverage without forcing shots. Her IQ is evolving, and that's what separates stars from icons. There's a deeper level of self-awareness in her now. She knows she draws attention, knows she's a target, but instead of shrinking, she's owning it. She's become more vocal, more calculated, and more locked into being a true leader. Behind the scenes, she's building chemistry with her teammates. Not the fake kind, but the real gritty kind that comes from holding each other accountable and lifting each other up. She understands now that leadership isn't just about scoring points. It's about setting the tone, absorbing pressure so others can breathe, and being the one who never lets the standard drop.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball. Period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
And let's not forget, she's doing all this in an environment already buzzing with expectations. The Fever's roster is the most talented it's been in years, with vets who know how to win, and young stars like Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell ready to take the next leap. That puts Caitlin in a unique position, not just as the face of the franchise, but as the glue that connects a roster full of ambition. And by all accounts, she's stepping into that role with grace, grit, and zero excuses. She doesn't need to clap back. She doesn't need to defend her name on social media. Her new strength, her elevated game, and that icy demeanor in practice, that's her answer. And for anyone still doubting her, that viral footage from training camp wasn't just a preview, it was a promise. The Caitlin Clark you thought you knew is gone. What's coming next is something relentless, something smarter, something stronger.
Caitlin Clark is becoming the best player in the entire WNBA, not because she's White because she's that good.
I think Caitlin Clark does maybe better than anybody in sports right now. Makes it about others, makes it about team. Think about it.
The footage from Caitlin Clark's training camp didn't merely showcase improvement. It revealed a serious threat. While the Atlanta Dream might be preparing for a promising rookie, what they will actually encounter is a finely tuned weapon. Caitlin has been working on plays specifically designed to break defensive pressure, practicing skip passes, corner threes, and attacking traps.
The best player in America, the best shooter in America. Watch her play. She plays at a high level.
She's going to break records nonstop for the next couple years.
She's the only one capable of taking nothing and making it something.
These moves are tailored to match Atlanta's aggressive style, and based on what we've seen, she's not simply reacting to pressure, she's welcoming it. Head coach Stephanie White has scrapped the old playbook. The Fever's offense now thrives on quick, positionless basketball, with Caitlin at the core, and the team's chemistry is lighting up. Even experienced players like Dana Bonner are following Caitlin's lead in practice, letting her set the tempo, call the shots, and orchestrate plays with the confidence of a seasoned veteran. This matchup has become even more crucial due to timing. The Dream are fast, physical, and youthful, just like the Fever. But Caitlin's game has evolved. She's not merely trying to earn her spot, she's preparing to take charge from the start. With a revamped offense and a chip on her shoulder, this isn't just a rookie's debut, it's a statement. While Atlanta might expect to face a rising star, they're about to encounter a fierce competitor, ready to dominate and establish control from the beginning of the season. Something is changing, and it's palpable. The Indiana Fever aren't just alive, they're roaring, and at the center of it is Caitlin Clark. Leaner, louder, stronger, and more focused than ever before. That viral camp footage wasn't a fluke, or just hype. It was proof. Proof of a player who has used the entire offseason to prepare, not just to join the league, but to shake it to its core. Her upcoming showdown with the Atlanta Dream is not merely another game. It marks the beginning of a story that could define her career. The Fever have assembled a roster that's faster, deeper, and more balanced than ever before. The coaching staff has adopted a fresh approach that plays into Caitlin's playmaking ability. The chemistry between seasoned veterans and rising stars is developing quicker than anyone expected. Now, all of this will be tested under the spotlight against a tough opponent, in front of a league and a fan base eager to see whether Caitlin Clark's momentum will continue to rise or if it's nearing its peak. Spoiler, it's still rising and rapidly. Caitlin has already taken over headlines, broken viewership records, and pushed the Fever to become the most-watched team in the league. But that was just the preseason. The real challenge is about to hit in the regular season. If Caitlin plays even half as effectively as she did in camp, shooting with confidence, passing with vision, and leading with poise, the Atlanta Dream will find themselves overwhelmed. The rest of the league, they'll soon realize that the Caitlin Clark phenomenon isn't just media buzz, it's backed by real, undeniable basketball talent. Get ready, because when the game begins, it won't be just about skill. It will be about willpower. Caitlin Clark is walking into that arena, not as a rookie trying to prove herself, but as a leader who is ready to rewrite the rules for the Fever, for the league, and for every young player who now believes that being bold, brilliant, and unapologetically elite isn't a dream. It's a roadmap. The spotlight is on, the fans are waiting, Atlanta is in her sights, and Caitlin Clark is already preparing to make her move.